Okay guys, so I'm just doing a quick before video on this. So basically what I did was I cut off the EGR valve to a flat area. This casting in here is quite thin, so I can't really go totally flat with it. I'm just doing a preheat on the casting. Even though it is cast steel and not cast iron, I still would prefer to preheat the casting. And then what I did was I got a 4mm steel washer and I just filled in the gap in the middle with a bolt and welded it all up. And then that's just sitting like that with a piece of welding rod holding it in place, just so I can now do my couple of tacks around. Then I'll be able to remove all that and do a full bead around that, and then I'll show you the afterwards, and I'll go through the measurements and everything then after that. So just finished the welds there and ground it flat, and then there was two little areas. So there was an area, I'll just get a pointing device. There was an area just here where you see the torch is hitting, just here, and there was an area just there, and that first area at the front was just a little wormhole or kind of a sugaring effect going on just there. So what I did was I had to just basically grind that back and then run a bead the length of the pressure area you can see here that's ground off, and essentially that just encapsulated the entire wormhole again and heated it up and filled it in with steel. There was an area here which was actually a casting flaw. So when I cut off the EGR spout, there was a little casting flaw just there. So I'm hoping that casting flaw didn't really go too far into the manifold, and actually just putting in that extra bit of steel will do the job. The reason I have the torch going is I'm trying to maintain its temperature post welding, because this torch will never get that up to the same temperature that the welder did. So it is actually slowly decreasing its the cast temperature. Not as crucial now as cast iron, I believe, but I've just always known it to be the case with cast, that you have to rise the temperature slowly, lower the temperature slowly, pre and post welding. So the amount I actually cut off is not that much. It's about 1.5 centimeters or 15mm in total has been removed. So that's it there. That's that piece there. I measured it prior to it was about 13 millimeters, and then when you grind back and get it nice and level, you're about another 2mm down. So I think I've removed about 15 centimeters or 15 millimeters of material. Let me just kill that torch. I think we have enough. I can see the heat soaking going down, so I'll just kill it. And what I'm going to do with that killed is, this is again more of a cast iron thing, but I'm going to grab all of my welding gloves and that kind of stuff, and there's two over here that my daughter was playing with, and essentially what I'm doing here is I am insulating the workpiece so that its temperature slowly decreases. And as such, I'll leave that now, and we'll have a look at it again this afternoon. Oh, my daughter is bringing me over 2 more gloves. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Jessa. That's nice of her, wasn't it? So yeah, we'll add these gloves in there. We'll kind of slowly reduce the temperature over the afternoon. It'll be cool by the time I come back from lunch. The only other thing I did with this manifold was, I don't know if you can see perfectly in there, but there is a joint just here, and it was much more prominent than that. Essentially, it's in the casting, and essentially what I did was I just ported it a slight bit, so I kind of smoothed out the entire circle, because the entire circle is not this is not the same size as the turbo side. As you can see here, you can actually see the area third line. So I'm a bit close on this edge, a bit far away on that, but I just followed the hole that was there. And then what I did was I ported out this area here. So I brought that down, right down, and edged it off here as well, and it's got a nice kind of shine to it. I don't know if you can see that. It's really smooth. In there. So a very, very slight amount of porting. I just used the air grinder, and I used that piece in there, which is, let me just get a measurement on it, because if you guys if you needed to order, let's say you want to do similar and you wanted to order the size on Amazon or AliExpress or any of your filthy websites, 38, I'm fairly sure. Let me get a measurement. Sorry, doing this one-handed is never easy. Yeah, 38. It's a 38 millimeter piece. Might have been 40 originally. Kind of fits in perfectly. And that did two things. As it went in, it grounded this kind of nicely shaped, but it also started removing that material for me. Now this was already tapered before I got at it, so that's a good thing. If that was a hard line, you probably want to have smoothed that out prior to that. But anyway, that's that porting done. That's the EGR welded up, and hopefully will give. The reason for it is that the right-hand drive cars have the steering box on the same side as the exhaust, and as such clearances are quite tight for getting your downpipe in, so any little bit you can take out helps. So I'm hoping that 15 millimeter will make some kind of change. If nothing else, it has removed the complexity of the EGR blanking and everything like that, because what I was previously intending on using was a blanking plate and the original piece, which is that's chunky enough, like. So I'm hoping that this does something, guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Back at you tomorrow, I suppose. Cheers, bye.